I'm a mother of three. I have an 8-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a girl that's going to be 4 in a few months. My role at Con Edison is in the area of environmental health and safety. I've been doing that. I came to the company in 2001, and it's evolved recently over the past year, where I still do environmental health and safety work, but now I head up the electric vehicle program for the company. Moms on It is more or less a support group for parents. The focus is really women. The intention was to focus it on women's issues and challenges coming back to work after the birth or adoption of a child. But a lot of the issues that we address, are really parenting issues. Jessica and I, we met at the lactation room at Irving Place. I was just coming back from maternity leave. My baby was 14 months. Her baby was, I think, 2 months old. I think he definitely less than 3 months old, and we were pumping, and I was hearing these baby noises. I'm thinking to myself, what is this? So when we were both finished, I approached her. I said, what was that? I heard your baby. And she's like, oh yeah, I have on my iPhone, a video of him, and it helps, relax me, when I pump, and I miss him, and all of a sudden she's starts sobbing, on my shoulder, because she was having a hard time, with the breastfeeding, with the pumping, and so we started talking, and I was giving her some suggestions because this is, was my third child, and so I was a veteran nurser, and we started talking about how, there would be a real need to have a support group, a nursing support group at Irving Place, and maybe we should start something. So we came up with that idea, and we approached Daria Luisi, who works in occupational health, and she's the one who is the head of all the lactation program, and we decided to have a meeting, to talk about creating, an organization. Jessica Robles and I are, I guess, the founders of Moms on It. But in terms of facilitating monthly meetings, I primarily facilitate the meetings in Manhattan. So we have a Manhattan group. Then there's Kamisha Thomas, who facilitates the meetings in Brooklyn. And then Christina J. I'm going to call her Christina J. because her last name is very difficult to pronounce. Okay. And we have a group in Staten Island, and she facilitates that. And we're trying to also establish another one in Westchester. Men could, should have, a lot of similar parenting roles that women have. So there are issues that span across men and women. But I think women really have, in most cases, in most families, have the brunt of the family responsibility, and very unique issues coming back into the workforce. Especially with a birth of a child, there's the physical issues, there are emotional issues, and a lot having to do with breastfeeding, which is the preferential way to feed children. The World Health Organization advocates that children be breastfed for a minimum of 3 years, while the American Pediatric Association advocates for at least 1 year. So, there are definitely unique parenting challenges for women coming back into the workplace, and particularly for the first 6 months of a child's life, where that's really the primary, the sole food of babies. Babies rely on a mother 100%, for their nourishment, and most women unfortunately have to return to work a lot of times, after 6 to 8 weeks of giving birth.
That's true.
When they're just establishing their milk supply, and that baby is nobody else could take the place of the mother, but at the same time a lot of women have to come back to work, and there's a real challenge of being the best mother that you can, and supporting your family, and coming back to work, because you need to work.
That's true.
The meetings are open to everybody. We've had even non-parents come to these meetings. That it's a safe environment, that people could really open up. It's not supposed to be a professional environment. If somebody needs to cry, if somebody needs to vent about their spouse, or about their toddler throwing tantrums, it should be a safe environment. And we're here to support one another, in that we're as human beings, as parents, we're all going through these things, different stages of our lives, and it's natural to feel guilty, or naturally to feel like I'm frustrated that trying to balance things. We're not all superhuman, and it's comforting to know that other people are going through the same things, and have maybe different strategies to deal with them. We've had meetings focused on nursing, nursing issues. We've had time management issues, decluttering, anger management. How do you talk to your teenager? It's not just about young children. You're still a parent when you have a 15-year-old. So people want to hear about that. Even we've had some talks on financial management. How do you deal with finances? As a family. So there's been a range of different topics, and also we've had a couple on nutrition, on healthy snacks, and prenatal and postnatal nutrition. The company has a nutritionist that they have on site, so we had something focused more on family issues involving nutrition. There's social workers to talk about various issues, and they've been the ones that generally have facilitated the meetings. So often they come up with the topics. It might be topics that they've addressed in other settings. The company has a program, and they get paid through that program. So this is just part of the work that they do at Con Ed. So they don't get paid extra to do this. The woman that has come in several times, excuse me, to talk about nursing is a representative of the company that we buy the pumps that are in our lactation rooms. Amita, we buy pumps from. So she's a representative, and I guess part of her job is to come and do these kind of sessions and talk about pumps. There actually been some people. There was one guy in Brooklyn that I guess as a side job, he's one of the supervisors in customer ops, and he is like a financial planner or something like that. And so he did a session for the group on family finances.
Oh, that's good.
How to manage finances. So
Oh,
anybody who has some knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
is welcome to to facilitate a meeting topic.